The most dangerous attacks don't leave bruises. They don't involve raised voices, and they rarely happen in the open. Right now, in your office, in your friend group, or perhaps even in your own home, a silent war is being waged against you. You feel it in your gut before you see it with your eyes. That sudden, unexplained sting after a joke. The way a room goes quiet when you speak. The subtle correction someone offers you in front of a woman you're trying to impress. You've been told to be the bigger person. You've been told to ignore it. But Machiavelli would warn you. To ignore a slight is to invite an execution. When someone tries to lower your social status, they aren't just being rude. They are testing your perimeter. They are measuring your spine. They are determining in the cold, unspoken calculus of human hierarchy if you are a predator or a prey. In the next minutes, we are going to strip away the polite lies of social interaction. I will expose the 7 psychological signatures of status stripping. I will show you how the insecure use dark psychology to shrink your presence. And more importantly, I will give you the Machiavellian counterstrikes to end the game before they even realize you've started playing it. Welcome to the chessboard.
The first sign is the most insidious because it wears the mask of kindness. Carl Jung spoke extensively about the shadow, the parts of ourselves we hide. For many, their envy of your potential manifests as the backhanded validation. This is when someone praises you, but attaches a subtle anchor to that praise to keep you beneath them. They might say, "You did a great job on that report, especially for someone with your level of experience." Or, "It's so cute how hard you're trying with that new business." Notice the words, especially for, cute, trying. By framing your success as a surprise or a cute effort, they are positioning themselves as the senior authority and you as the little brother. They are claiming the right to judge you. Do not defend yourself. If you explain your experience or your seriousness, you have accepted their frame. You have admitted that their judgment matters. Instead, use Green's law of absence. When they offer a backhanded compliment, pause. Look them directly in the eyes, not with anger, but with a clinical, detached curiosity. Let the silence stretch for 3 seconds longer than is comfortable. Then, say only 4 words. I appreciate the observation. Nothing else. No smile. No thank you. You have acknowledged the remark as an observation from a distant object, stripped of its power to validate you. You have just signaled that their scale is too.
In the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene reminds us, everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Status strippers know this. One of their most potent weapons is the selective silence. You are in a group. You make a valid point or share a win. The person attacking your status doesn't disagree. That would be too obvious. Instead, they simply move past it. They look at someone else and ask a completely unrelated question. They are attempting to de-index you from the social reality of the room. If your words have no impact, you have no status. This is an attempt to trigger your approval-seeking shadow. They want you to repeat yourself. They want you to lean in and say, "Did you hear what I said?" The moment you do that, you have lost. You have become the beggar. The archistrategist never repeats himself. If you are met with selective silence, lean back. Physically take up more space. Do not look at the person who ignored you. Turn your attention to the most neutral person in the group and start a private, lower-volume conversation with them. You must demonstrate that your value is not a broadcast seeking a signal, but a resource that is now being withdrawn from the group. Make them work to get you back.
Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control what others do, but we can control our assent to their actions.
When someone corrects a minor, irrelevant mistake you made in public, a mispronunciation, a date, a small detail, they aren't helping you. They are performing a dominance correction. They are signaling to the group, I am more accurate, more attentive, and more authoritative than he is. The Machiavellian view. This is a high-risk move on their part. They are betting that your social niceness will prevent you from calling them out. They expect you to say, "Oh, you're right, thanks." The archistrategist's response: never thank someone for a public correction that wasn't vital. Instead, use the minority report technique. Look at them, tilt your head slightly, and say, "I'm fascinated that you found that detail worth interrupting the flow of the conversation for. Please, continue with your point." You have reframed their intelligence as social clumsiness. You have made them look pedantic and small-minded. You haven't argued the fact, you've attacked their
We are halfway through the 7 signs. The next 4 are more aggressive, strategies used by those who feel truly threatened by your rise. If you felt the weight of these social shadow plays, you are already ahead of 99% of men. You are no longer a victim. You are an observer. If you want to master the deeper layers of Machiavellian intelligence and Jungian shadow work, ensure you are subscribed to the archistrategist. Power is a language. Most are illiterate. We are learning to speak it. Before we move to the most dangerous sign, ask yourself, who is the one person in your life who always seems to help you in a way that makes you feel smaller? Hold their face.
Status is often determined by who controls the tempo of the interaction. A status stripper will constantly interrupt you mid-sentence, not to disagree, but to finish your thought for you. It looks like synchronization, but it is actually a hijacking. By finishing your sentence, they are saying, your thoughts are predictable. I already know where you're going. I am the narrator here. You are just a character. Human beings have a fundamental will to power. If they can control the pace of your speech, they control your breathing, your heart rate, and your presence. The broken record pause. When they interrupt to finish your sentence, stop talking immediately. Stop mid-word if you have to. Wait. Look at them with a blank expression. When they finish your thought and look at you for a reaction, wait 2 seconds of silence. Then, start your entire sentence over from the very beginning. Do not acknowledge their interruption. Do not say, as I was saying, just reset. This forces them to realize that their interruption did not speed up the process. It reset the clock. It signals that you will be heard on your terms and Robert Greene's 10th law. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. A sophisticated status stripper will attempt to lower your value by associating you with lower status entities or past failures. In a group setting, they might bring up a mistake you made 3 years ago or mention a low-status person you used to be friends with. Remember when you were struggling with that basic entry-level job? It's crazy how far you've come. On the surface, it's a compliment about your growth. In reality, they are anchoring your identity to that low-status version of you. They are poisoning the well of your current reputation. The past tense dismissal. Do not get defensive. Do not explain the struggle. Simply laugh, a short, genuine, kingly laugh. Say, "It's funny how much weight you still give to that period. I'd almost forgotten it. We all have our learning phases, I suppose. What are you working on currently that's challenging you?" You have dismissed their poison as an obsession with the past and immediately pivoted the pressure back onto them. You have signaled that you have outgrown the version of you they are. Respect requires a certain degree of mystery. Machiavelli noted that the prince who is too familiar with his subjects loses his authority. A status stripper will try to break your mystery by being overly familiar in public. They might use a nickname you dislike, pat you on the back too hard,
or share a private, embarrassing detail as a joke. They are trying to show the group, see, he isn't that powerful. I can touch him. I can mock him. He is one of us. They are trying to pull you down from your pedestal of presence into the muck of the mundane. The formal reset. The moment they get over-familiar, you must become hyper-formal. If they use a buddy nickname, respond by using their full formal name. If they pat your shoulder, step back and look at the spot they touched as if there is a stain on your suit. Say, Alexander, I'm not sure where that level of familiarity is coming from today, but let's keep our focus on the matter at hand. By becoming formal, you create a cold zone around yourself. You re-establish the boundary. You demonstrate that access to you is a privilege.
The final sign is the most dangerous because it uses your own emotions against you. It is the concerned intervention. This is when someone pulls you aside, or worse, speaks in front of others and says, "Are you okay? You seem really stressed lately. I'm worried you're losing your edge." Or, "I noticed you've been a bit aggressive lately. Is everything okay at home?" They are pathologizing your strength. They are framing your ambition as stress, your boundaries as aggression, and your silence as struggle. To make you doubt your own perception, to make you wonder if you are the problem. This is the ultimate status trip, making the king believe he is insane. The reflective mirror. Do not answer the question. Do not explain your mental state. Look at them with genuine pity. Say, "It's interesting that you're projecting that level of concern. Is there something in your own life feeling unstable right now? Because I've never felt more centered." You have flipped the pathology back onto them. You have labeled their concern as projection, a union term that implies they are the.
Social status is not a gift. It is an equilibrium maintained by your refusal to be moved. Every time someone tries to lower your status, they are offering you a gift, the opportunity to demonstrate your unshakable center. The man who reacts is the man who is controlled. The man who observes, categorizes, and strategically responds is the man who rules. Do not hate the status strippers. They are simply acting out their own biological insecurities. They see your light, and because they cannot reach it, they try to dim it. Your job is not to fight them in the mud. Your job is to stay on the heights, to remain detached, and to use the tools of dark psychology to ensure that the next time they think of testing you, they feel a cold, sudden hesitation. Remember, silence is your armor, strategy is your sword, and the archer-strategist always plays for the end game. The world doesn't give respect to those who ask for it. It gives it to those who make the alternative unthinkable. If this resonated with the fire inside you, leave a swords in the comments. It tells me you're part of the 1% who stayed until the end. The strategy continues in the next video. Until then,